I'm going to save you 10 years plus of confusion, frustration, and failed attempts to fat loss. That's because I spent over a decade trying every diet, workouts, and every shortcut under the sun when it comes to fat loss. And I still wasn't seeing the results I wanted nor my clients. I was training hard, I was eating clean, pushing through every workout. But no matter how much effort I put in, I couldn't achieve the results I thought I deserved. And maybe that's exactly where you are right now. Or maybe you are seeing some results, but you know deep down, that could be a lot better. You are probably putting in the effort. The truth is, effort without a system is only going to lead to a burnout and guesswork. That's because fat loss isn't just about grinding harder. It's about working smarter and following a plan that actually fits your lifestyle and delivers results that last. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 core pillars of fat loss that I've personally used to help over 2,000 people completely transform their bodies. Now, those are also the exact principle that I've used myself, right, that I relied on during my professional career as a professional fighter and as a Muay Thai World Champion, where staying in peak shape year-round isn't an option, it's required. This video will go over everything that I've learned as a professional athlete and as a fitness coach. No fluff, no BS, just what actually works to lose fat, build muscle, and keep those results lasting a long time. So if you are ready to make some real progress, lock in, because this is going to be the most important fat loss video you'll ever watch. So let's get into it. Pillar number 1 is nutrition mastery. You can't out-train a bad diet. Most people eat clean, but still overeat. They try keto, fasting, low carb, without really understanding how to fuel their body. And protein, honestly, is always an afterthought. They think they need a meal plan instead of understanding what makes a meal effective. So here's an easy fix you can do right now, okay? Track your calories and your protein with simple tools like MyFitnessPal. Set a 10 to 25% calorie deficit below maintenance. As far as protein intake, you want to aim for 0.8 to 1.2 gram of protein per pound of body weight, okay? So roughly, if you're 200 pounds, aim for at least, I would say, 200 grams of protein if you are a male. It's also going to depend on your muscle mass ratio, okay? Build your meals, okay? Build around protein and your fiber, and then you can place your carbs accordingly to your workload that day. And focus on food volume, all right? A lot of protein, a lot of veggies, just fiber to keep you nice and full. Let me give you a few underrated hacks. Eat the same meal 2 to 3 times or even more a week, all right? Yeah, it's boring, but consistency is the key. You don't need variety, okay? You don't need to mix it up every single time and make it exciting. Consistency is what's going to work. Batch cook your protein and your carbs, right? So on the weekend, I have a grill, I have a barbecue, and I just lay a lot of chicken, a lot of steaks, for example, and get all my protein cooked in advance. And then carbohydrates, you can have rice, right? You can have potatoes, sweet potatoes, starches, anything really that you can just put in the microwave or just reheat really fast. Make sure you have some protein shake, some Greek yogurt, or maybe some beef jerky, really snacks that are packed in protein. Use low-calorie swaps to manage your cravings, right? Popcorns over chips, maybe a low-calorie wrap instead of a bread sandwich. Pillar number 2 is training and movement efficiency. You don't need to train longer, you just need to train smarter. Here are some common mistakes that I see all the time and I've done myself for a long time. Number 1 is people rely on cardio way too much for fat loss. Even though this is a concept that is understood nowadays, right, that strength training is the key to fat loss, you still see people on cardio machines spending hours and hours a week. It's unbelievable. Number 2 is people that do random workouts with absolutely no progression, right, or structure, no purpose at all. Number 3 is people that think they need 2 to 3 hours a day in order to get results. Listen, I have a lot of my clients do a 30-minute workout a day, and that's it. You don't need hours and hours a day in order for you to get results. And number 4, the biggest misconception when it comes to fat loss is that people underestimate how important daily movement is, all right? Whether it's steps, walking your dog, and chores around the house, yard work, constantly being on your feet and moving is going to be more important than doing cardio or weight training, okay? This is the key to fat loss, and I'm always going to say this: movement is the key, and this is why I'm staying lean around. People are always amazed how I'm so lean, and to be honest, it's because I keep myself busy and I'm always moving. So how can you fix that? Well, you want to aim for 3 to 4 strength training sessions a week, all right? Focusing on compound movement, or maybe a lower body twice a week and an upper body twice a week kind of split. Like I said, you want to prioritize compound movements, all right? Presses, deadlifts, squats, all those movements that require many muscles and body parts. You have to use progressive overload. Track your lifts and aim to improve weekly, even if it's just a little heavier, maybe a little bit more reps, whatever that is, but track your progress. Walk 8 to 12,000 steps daily, all right, just to increase your calories, burn a little bit. This is what you call NEAT. And then make sure to schedule your workouts just like they were meetings, all right? Honestly, 30-minute, 40-minute is plenty enough if you are focused and not distracted. So here are some underrated tips. If you walk every day for an hour, it will burn more than what a HIIT session can do, high intensity interval training. So prioritize walking over anything. That should be your first form of cardio. Then of course, for cardiovascular purposes and performance, HIIT is great. But if we're talking purely about fat loss and consistency, then walking is king. Number 2 is use a step tracker. What gets measured can get managed. Another one is don't skip your deload week. This is going to allow your body to recover, all right, and increase your performance and your recovery for the following week. So if you've been going hard for 3 to 4 weeks, 5 weeks, it's time for you to take a week off, not completely off, all right, but decreasing the volume and the weight, all right, so that you can allow your body to recover and then come back stronger. Pillar number 4 is tracking and accountability. And remember, what gets measured gets managed. Most people obsess over the scale, but they ignore the bigger picture. They never take progress picture, they never track their workouts, and they make changes based on emotion and not data. Whenever I work with my clients, everything is data driven, all right? Not based on emotion, but we track everything and we make smart assessment and we adjust. A lot of people also think they can handle everything by themselves and then they fall off. This is when accountability is very important. Hiring a coach, having a working out partner, somebody who's just gonna hold you accountable week after week so you can stay consistent is key. And a lot of those people also, they think that tracking equals perfection, where in reality, it's just a learning tool. You don't have to be perfect at it, but at least learn how to use that tool so you know how to feed your body, how much your body really needs. Tracking your sleep, your stress, everything is just a learning tool, and why not use it? So here's to avoid all that, all right? Number 1 is you want to probably jump on the scale twice a week, I would say at the most. Go ahead and try to track progress pictures weekly. So I have all my clients Monday morning because this is when the cortisol levels are at the highest, all right? And then over the weekend, a lot of people tend to cheat, maybe overeat a little bit, have some alcohol, so a lot of water retention. The stress of going back to work, which means high cortisol levels, you're gonna have more water retention. You'll be at your heaviest on Monday. So I usually advise all my clients, we do progress pictures on Monday where you could look your worst. Log all your workouts, your calories, your meals, and adjust based on your trends, not your feelings. Use a coach, a mentor, or a friend to keep you in check. And go in and track how often you actually stick to the plan. This is what really matters. So let's say you decided to go for a 3 months program. How many times a year are you gonna actually follow the whole 3 months? Completely committed. Now let's talk about underrated wins. All right, the scale lies, but the pictures show the truth. Feedback loops equals faster results. Coaching isn't just for the pros. It's a shortcut to consistency and results. So now that you've actually seen what works, here's the next step for you. If you are tired to putting in the effort without seeing results and you are done second guessing all the decisions you make, is that the right workout? Is that the right food? Should I take this supplement? Then I want to help you. I've built my coaching program to take the guesswork out of the fat loss process and give you a system with all the tools that works. Here's what you'll find inside of my program: a personalized working plan and nutrition plan tailored for you, weekly check-ins and real-time adjustments, a 24/7 accountability system with me, not a bot, but me, Mike Lemaire, the world champion, the professional athlete, the fitness expert. When you work with me on my program, you work with me. Listen, my program is just no bullshit, no fluff. There's no magic pills out here, okay? I know what it takes, and I'm just gonna deliver. I'm 100% committed, and I expect the same from you. So if you're ready to finally transform your body and make it last, click the link in the description to book your free strategy call with me. And let's make this the last fat loss plan you'll ever need.